Mark, you there, mate?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Mark from the
How you
script.
doing, guys?
We are good, thank you, sir. How are you?
Very, very good.
What's going on with you right now, mate? Where are you? What are you doing?
Well, this is not rock o'clock, so it's tough. I'm up too early. But it's not just because you guys and because we're talking to you guys. It's actually because we're rehearsing for our world tour right now. So
Yeah.
you've got to get up and be a professional musician, unfortunately. And that doesn't work well with the unprofessional musician, in me.
The inner self's like, damn it, I've got to get up and go to work.
I know, it's terrible. There you go, though.
Does it feel like that sometimes, man, getting up and going to work, even though you get to do things that most people only dream about?
Yeah, of course, because, no matter what you do, it's like when you live in a city and you live in a really historical city and someone calls you and said, "Do you not go around and look at all the sights?" And you're like, "Hell no, I live here." It's a little bit like that.
Yeah, sure. Hey, that's cool, though. I never really thought about that, rehearsing for your world tour. I've never thought about that with artists. So you and of course you have to rehearse. You have to know what's going to go down and how you're going to throw it down and impress your audiences. What has there sort of been any sort of stuff ups? You're like, oh, actually, we're not going to be able to pull that off, or we're going to have to change this, or.
Yeah, we tend to every year, and every time we go back out on tour, we like to change things up a bit. So that's why we do it. And sometimes hearing the same song in the same sort of way can be really tedious for everybody, so
Sure.
including us who have to play them. So we like to just work on them a little bit different, so the stage show feels different, and musically we always try to do different things. So really the rehearsals is about knowing the whole set, what really runs properly, what goes down well. I find sometimes that years ago when bands were doing concerts, they could do one set tonight, and then tomorrow night they could change the set list, and the next night they could change the set list, and so on. But there's such a demand now in live music that when people go and see a show, they tell their friends about the show. And if you change anything about that show the next day, they come back and say, "What the heck did you change that for? We love that moment." And
Oh, wow.
suddenly you kind of have to, so it's a very different industry.
And I suppose with social media as well, it's like going up as you do it, and then they see something and they're like, oh, I'd love to see that live, and if you change it, it's not there tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. We have this one moment in our show that we kind of joke around, and from the stage, we have this song called Nothing, and it's about drunk dialing,
Yep.
so you can imagine.
No, I know
so
it, yep.
Yep, too well.
No.
we literally from stage like to call. We ask somebody in the audience to give us their phone, and we call their ex live from stage in the middle of the concert, and we talk to their ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever happens, and it's a really funny moment because we just give them lots of crap, and that had stemmed from this one idea one time that I picked the phone from the audience. But now, if we don't do that, people are going crazy because they're like, "I brought my two friends back. She wanted to give you the phone." You get all of that sort of stuff.
Wow, that's funny. That is cool. Have you had an ex hang up and be like, nope?
Yeah, they hang up all the time, but because, on the usual phones nowadays, the phones don't lock instantly, so you can hit recall and just call them straight back.
Hey, we're not putting up with this.
Yeah.
We're calling back. Have you, I forgot what I was going to ask. It was something about the ex. Shit, it's just gone totally blind on me. That's all right. Moving on. Hey, Mark, I wanted to...
Blind shit.
Yeah, I've just forgotten. I just went out. It's that blind dialing, the drunk mind, I think is what's happened to me. I want to introduce to you Georgia, the intern. She is brand new here at the radio station in New Zealand, ZM, and she's a massive fan
I am.
of the script. This is quite exciting
Hey,
for
Georgia,
her.
how you doing?
Good, thank you. Oh gosh, this is like a once in a
Georgia, the intern.
Yeah.
Georgia the intern. That's me.
When you walk around around the office, do they refer to you as Georgia or the intern? I'm not sure.
Oh, it's just labelled Georgia the intern. Sometimes it's like, Georgia, you're going to do this because you're the intern.
It could be worse. It could be you get over here and do this, and you go. They just don't have a name for you at all. It's actually quite a pet name. I like it.
It makes us feel better, so that's why we sort of do that. It's
Exactly. That's the whole point, really.
But Georgia clams up. She gets sweaty.
I do
She
not.
does. She gets a little sweaty, and it's and it must be like that on stage for you. I think she looks like you guys after a set. Do you change your
I'm sorry, I
t-shirt?
missed the last.
Oh no, sorry. I was saying Georgia gets really sweaty when she interviews the artists that she really likes, and this is happening right now, and probably looks like you guys do after a full set.
Yeah.
Do you change T-shirts? Do you ever change T-shirts and stuff during your set because you've got so hot and sweaty?
Yeah, it depends. It really depends how hot it is. But yeah, sometimes we have to. Like we were playing in America all year, and it got so hot with 90-degree weather. We were playing outside. Man, it just looked like I just jumped in a bath of water every night. That's all it looks like. So yeah, I'm a sweaty kid. Once I start sweating, it's like a tap. It just stays running. So I have to change my clothes sometimes.
Mark, I think we've got something in common.
Yuck.
Are we both sweaters?
Yes, we are both sweaters.
We should meet up and slide all over each other.
Oh yes, I think that's a damn set plan.
You wouldn't handle that, Georgia. Hey, Mark, this is exciting times for you, man. Our new song out, Superheroes. This is cool. We've been playing this on our show, and we do a thing called Rate the ZM Music every day, and people sort of vote for the music they want to hear, and yours is winning.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
That's always a good one.
Is it interesting? You're like, obviously you're an international band anyway, but does it still blow you out every now and then? You're like, we're from Ireland, we make music. Yes, we travel the world, but you're still popping up like every. Doesn't matter what country you go to, people know who the script is. Does that blow you out? It just must be freaky.
Yeah, it does freak you out. I mean, still to this day, I feel like I don't know how other people feel like when they're in bands, but I don't feel like we're in some big band. I just don't feel that way. I feel that we've kind of, with the internet, we've kind of demystified and broken down that bridge between fan and band, you know. So I don't feel like it's some big special job anymore. We just literally get on stage and play music, and I think people really appreciate that. And when people meet us, they just want to say, share a story or get a photograph or something like that. But generally, it's definitely not Beatlemania around here, you know. And fine walking down the street and stuff. So I do feel pretty great that we're in a band that people get to hear our music. But generally, I can go to my local pub and, you know, they just leave me alone, or like I said, the occasional person wants something, but really it's just normal around here, you know. Do
you think that's the culture of Ireland? More on top of, like, you couldn't do that in America? Like, if you were from America and you had that situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is even a little bit different. I mean, when I'm in Ireland or the UK, I generally go to, like I said, my local pub, and the locals kind of pick up for me. They say, like, leave them alone, let them have a drink, things like that.
Yeah.
But in the States, yeah, I mean, no matter where I go in the States, whatever it is about my bald head in America, my bald head and a red beard seems to be the beacon of recognizability. And
it's like a real-life leprechaun.
Yeah, that's it. They're thinking, is that a leprechaun? Is that an actual leprechaun? Let's rub his head. It's lucky. Let's go for it. So it's a little bit like that. Yeah.
Hey, so Mark, you play guitar and also sing. In the script, you probably do multiple things outside of that as well, musically. But do you name your instruments?
I name them all pretty much. Every guitar I've got has a girl's name.
A girl's name?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, or well, I can say a girl's name, but really every guitar is pretty much called after a type of wine or whiskey.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, so it's either a girl's name or a drink.
How many guitars do you have with you ready to go when you're on stage? How many are sitting side of stage ready to go?
Well, side of stage, I have about 22 guitars sitting side of stage all the
Holy
time.
Shit.
But remembering that we've got an A rig and a B rig. So the B rig will be traveling in another country, ready for us to fly there and use that. So that's another 20-something guitars as well. So in all, there's about 40-something, 50 guitars.
So you've got your gear travelling to the next city already while you're playing in the city that you're in with the gear, and then the other one goes to the next one.
Yeah, exactly. So in an international musician's life, we also have to have like 2 passports, for example. So one passport can be in another country getting the visas while you're also travelling on another passport or 2 with me. So it's kind of a similar thing with your A and B rigs. Our A rig will be in the country that we're in playing, but our B rig will be sitting in the next country or the next state or wherever, and that's being set up. So when we finish that gig, we just go to that gig and play that, and then each rig, if you can imagine, just moves ahead of you.
Wow.
I actually heard that one of your guitars was called Georgia. Is that right?
It is now.
His favourite one.
But my guitar keeps leaking water. Water keeps coming out of my guitar, so I called it Georgia.
Yeah, it's a sweaty little number.
Claim me what you think.
Hey, look, congratulations on everything you guys have achieved over the years, man. We've all listened to your music, all enjoyed it in different situations, and it means different things to different people, and just congratulations, man. Awesome stuff. It must be just stoked to have a chat to you, really. It's just cool.
Thank you very much, guys. Now, I know we've been to New Zealand a few times, and we always have a great time there. We ended our last tour in New Zealand as well. We had I think the year or 2 years before that, we ended the tour with Danny's birthday in New Zealand as well. So we have a lot in common with New Zealand. It feels like Ireland just on the other side of the world, to be honest.
Oh, cool.
And we feel like that too.
You guys have been brilliant to us.
Oh, thank you, bro. Warm Fuzzies, love it. Your album is out, No Sound Without Silence, 19th of September. Script, new music, superheroes on the radio now, doing massive things around the world. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Enjoy your world tour.
Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Georgie. I really appreciate you guys.
All right.